My name is Abby Montez. Most people, my real name is Abby Youth, and I am the Vice President of Youth Education for the Broward County chapter. This couldn't have been done without the students. And I'm so happy to have you here because you are the leaders of tomorrow. And when you look at all these adults, we're here because we care about you. Before I go into a little minute, I'm going to talk about something. Before I do that, I'd like to have Jim come on up. Jim today gave an outstanding class on the Medal of Honor and the Grove and the ultimate sacrifice that many men and women have given to this country. And I had an opportunity to be the military advisor to the commissioning ship of the USS Jason Dunham. Corporal Jason Dunham was the first Marine since Vietnam to receive the Medal of Honor. And on behalf of myself, the Broward County Freedom Foundation, we would like to present you with the Jason Dunham Medal of Honor Challenge coin. And I would like to put this in the, present it to the foundation to put it in the Medal of Honor Grove and in the building. And as you can see on there, it's a picture of Corporal Jason Dunham, the actual ship, and the actual Medal of Honor. And I want to present that to you before you can present it to the organization for Freedom Foundation. I'm just going to share about a minute and a half, a little bit about myself. I've been in the Marine Corps 24 years. I joined at the age of 19. A year after being in boot camp, I went to Desert Storm. After being in Desert Storm, after the war was over, the most remarkable thing I ever saw. There was a little kid on the side of the road. And I remember him looking at me, and he had his finger up in the air. And as he held that finger, he looked me in the eyes, and he said something that blew me away to this day. He said, "America is number one." I said, "What?" And he looked at me, can you imagine this 12-year-old kid, you're talking about almost 18,000 miles away, he's looking at me and telling me, America is number one. When I start to think, I remember being in high school saying, man, this place sucks. I'll be honest with you. And it intrigued me, and I said, let me go to this kid and see what's going on. And I pulled him aside and said, well, what happened? He said, well, when Saddam Hussein came, and he came into Kuwait, he said, my dad, my mother, and my sister, my dad one day never came back home. He says, I don't know where he's at. It's been 8 months. He says, you see my mother? I said, yes. He says, you see how she's holding my sister? I said, yeah. See that her legs are gone? I said, yeah. He said, the enemy came and cut her legs off. And not only did they rape her, they raped my mother. And I couldn't believe it, because when I looked at that lady and that little girl, I said, that could be my daughter, that could be my mother, my aunt. He said, but when you guys showed up, when the Americans showed up, the bad guys left. He said, that's why America is number one. And I said, wow. You know what he's talking about? That young kid taught me something that day. He taught me about the word freedom. And the word freedom is an oxymoron because freedom is not free. If it wasn't for a young man or a woman that served in the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Iraqi freedom, who's to say when the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor that they were successful? Who's to say we wouldn't be speaking Japanese today? If Hitler would have accomplished the mission to make the perfect race, who's to say we wouldn't be speaking German right now? But because a young man or woman gave their life for this country, the best country in the world, America. Thank you.